What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Corbs, aka Mr. 10 out of 10, and I have a special guest with us today, the CEO of Misanthropic Records, Mr. Erick Levi. How are you?
Pretty good, man. It's been a long journey and it's
Yeah,
been a long year. I feel like 2020, this is the hangover. 2021 is a hangover from 2020, man.
yeah. Everyone's saying, "Oh, new year, new me," but it's the same shit from last year. So
Yeah, everybody makes New Year's resolutions and then, they cry about it when they can't live up to their own expectations.
yeah, nah. But you know what? For me and you, this is a good year because we finally get to have this interview, and I'm super psyched about it. So
Oh yeah, same here, man. We got some tours coming up in July. Hopefully the world will get back to normal by then.
yeah,
So
nice. All right, so I want to start this off with a question that I think I start most of my interviews off, and that's at the beginning. So, where did your love for music come from?
man, my love for music comes from having a fucked up life. I can cuss on here, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, cool. Just making sure. I should ask that first. But like when I was a kid, man, music saved me. It just is what it is. I throw my headphones on, and at a very young age, I knew I wanted to do music. I was in high school and started a band called the Chaos Theory, and it was a death metal band. We sucked, we were kids, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But like I've always known I wanted to do music, man. So like my love for music has been there. It kind of got abruptly interrupted for a few years, but I'm back and here I am. Misanthropic Records is an extension of my band. I'm a musician before I'm a CEO of anything.
Yeah. Nice. So, did you have any favorite bands growing up or artists?
Dude, there's so many, man. I grew up, you can laugh at me if you want. The kind of music I do is not the kind of music I grew up listening to. I grew up listening to like Kiss and Ozzy Osbourne and then some Slayer, and I just gradually progressed into the harder stuff. But like my favorite band of all time was Death. I don't know if you know who they are, but yeah. Like,
Nice.
that's my all.
Before I so as I get ready for each interview, I try to get myself into the headspace of the artist or the person I'm interviewing. So like half an hour before, as I was setting up, I was banging some Slayer, some Stone Sour, Cannibal Corpse. I was trying to get in the headspace because I have different artists on the group. So yeah, for you, I was just banging all the heaviest shit I could find. And
Thanks. Have you banged any Misanthropic Torment? That's what I want to know.
yeah, well, I've been doing my homework on it, that's for sure. Getting ready for it.
Okay.
And yeah, there's tons more reviews coming in the future for sure. Spoiler
Oh,
alert.
yeah. Nice.
Okay, so the record company, how did that start? What inspired the name? And how did you manage to get that off its feet?
Well, before I started this label, I started a band called Misanthropic Torment. Now, I'll give you a little bit of history on Misanthropic Torment as far as what the name is. Misanthropy means an extreme hatred for humanity, okay? Which I kind of do have, but if you take a look at the world, man, you can understand why my hatred is there. However, by my nature, I'm not a hateful person. I'm like the most caring person you can find, but so because of my hatred, I'm tormented by my own hatred. So there's Misanthropic Torment. I started Misanthropic Torment at the end of 2017. And this company, I paid this PR company to like push my music out there. And then they got me a label. A so-called label comes by and says, hey, well, we want to sign you. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, the kicker is they wanted $8,000. They wanted half of, like, they wanted to take 50% of everything, and then they wanted the rights to my music without putting any money into what I'm doing. So I took a look at the music industry and I'm like, this is not right. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of musicians out here that are very talented and they're overlooked. And the reason they're overlooked is because they don't have a silver spoon in their mouth. They're not rich. It seems like to get anywhere, you have to have copious amounts of money and pay other people copious amounts of money to get shit done. So I did the footwork. I got my LLC and decided I would start an independent label for underground artists who were in my position that could use a helping hand. So I want to give these artists a platform to stand on, and in turn also work my band as well.
Yep. Oh, wow. I really respect that, man. Like, it's kind of similar to what I'm trying to do with my group. You're doing a lot more than me, trust me. But like, yeah, because it's like there are so many, like literally, as you just said, there are so many artists who aren't getting a second glance because of the fact they're not rich or they don't have people backing them, like famous people. So it's really good and it's important, I think, for the culture of any genre to survive, to give these people a chance. So.
Absolutely, man. I think music, period, whether I listen to it or like it or not, I think all artists and we should all support each other. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. There's so many musicians and other things that I support that I don't listen to, but I'm still supporting it because it's art, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, yeah. No, definitely. And, like I said already, I respect that and I love your hustle, like instead of just taking, and instead of taking the conventional route, you're like, no, fuck that. I'm going to do it my own way. And, you are where you are today because of it. So, nah, respect to you.
Thank you.
So, what was the first band that you put on your label? And what was the process behind it?
Mute TX. They were one of the first bands to sign with us, and our goal is to push bands further than where we can take them because we're not Roadrunner, we're not Metal Blade Records. So, like, if we get a band and we get them noticed by somebody else who takes them on that can give them more than what we can, by all means, go. My job is done. But the process is simple. I listen to your music. If it's there's different types of quality and there's different genres. They go for different things, but there's a good production and then there's a horrible production, So if you've got good quality music and you can produce it and you can release it and not be told that it sounds like somebody's screaming out of a toilet bowl, then I will give these artists an opportunity to push their music further. Basically, if you play metal, it doesn't matter if you're in the rock genre or if you're in like black and death metal, I will support you.
Yeah. Wow, that's a really humble way to think about it because, like, the whole thing you just said of if they're noticed by a bigger label, then, my job here is done. I don't think a lot of people have that mentality, have that giving mentality or that humble mentality of, oh, well, congratulations if someone else finds you. I think a lot of people are more like, no, it's mine. Like, stay
I don't
with
understand that mentality.
Yeah,
I never have. I've never understood it because I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that mentality has never made sense to me because we're all racing towards the same end goal. And I've never viewed this as a competition. It's never been a competition to me. Other people, on the other hand, tend to view me as a competition. That's not my fault. You know what I mean? I just want to push the music out there. The music is what keeps life going. A lot of people don't understand that. So the best song can save your life on one of your worst days, man.
Yeah. And, kind of deriving from that a little bit, it just came into my head just now. Growing up, because it was actually my dad that got me into metal specifically. And, he would tell me tons of times that the two songs that would, to him, that just take over life for that short period of time and make you think about nothing but the song is November Rain by Guns N' Roses and Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. So I want to know, in your opinion, what are some songs that just stop life in its tracks every time you hear it?
The Road to Nowhere by Ozzy Osbourne and Spirit Crusher by Death. My two favorite songs.
Good choices. Yeah, for me, I think it will be Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin and November Rain.
November Rain is an awesome, November Rain is an awesome song. I love it.
Yeah, the power behind it and the music videos sometimes can even push it to extreme levels. It's just, Anyway, I just wanted to know your opinion on songs. So, all right, the next question. What does the future hold for the record company? Anything you can tell us at the moment, or are there any goals that you want to achieve for the near future?
Well, we do have some shows coming up. Like I said, in July, in July we have Empire of Fire tour. Actually, the Empire of Fire tour is more than one show in multiple states. On April 9th and 10th, you're gonna have Ash to Dust, Dead Wind, a bunch of bands from the label playing in Denver, Colorado at a place called The Venue. Then you have on April 22nd, you have the Looney Bin in Illinois. That's another 3-day festival. June, we're going to have a 2-day festival at the West Side Bowl in Youngstown, Ohio. Then July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, we have another 3-day festival at Coyote Ugly. Hopefully, COVID doesn't shut it down. We're constantly looking to book shows at any venue that is still open. As far as what the future holds for Misanthropic Records, I will tell you this. One day, we are going to be a metal household name. We are going to set the example of what record labels are supposed to do for their artists. And we're going to do it without raping our artist's wallet. That is my goal for Misanthropic Records, to make it like, everybody knows who Metal Blade is. Everybody knows who Nuclear Blast is. We do not have the capability yet, because we're independent, to do everything that they do. But one day, Misanthropic Records is going to be a metal household name.
Yeah, nice. I love that so much. Just you can hear the passion and the conviction from you, and that's what people need. I feel like there isn't enough pure conviction in anything these days, and it might be a harsh comment, but when I see just talking to you, I can already feel that energy, and I love it. All right, so this question, I hope it doesn't. I hope it's not. This question isn't about singling any band out, but I do want to know, out of all the bands that you've been able and blessed to work with and have under your label, has any of them made an album that just completely blew you away, like an album that just made you sit back speechless, like, what the hell, this is a masterpiece?
What Drives the Weak? What Drives the Weak is a death metal band. They have their first album called Lightbringer, and they're working on their second studio album right now. They're going down to Florida to record with the guy who recorded Body Snatchers. They don't spare any amount of money that it takes to get their product perfect. That album through and through is just awesome. So I love every band on this label, but I have to say, What Drives the Weak blew me away. In fact, I hounded them for a year before they even decided to sign with me.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I have to hear it. Yeah. And on that note, what can you recall for me an album or albums that you can remember from either your childhood or even recently, from other artists that may not be on your label that blew you away? Any like metal releases?
Oh yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, No More Tears, Death, The Sound of Perseverance, Cannibal Corpse, Tomb of the Mutilated. I can keep going. I've got a list of, like, I could be here all night, man.
Yeah. I'm wondering, have you heard, I mean, this might be a dumb question for you, but have you heard of the band Nails?
Nails, I have heard of Nails. They're pretty badass.
Their album, their latest one, You Are Not One of Us. Oh, fucking hell. Like, that gives me so much energy.
I've heard that. Another album that I really love, and a lot of people may find this as a controversial comment right now, but, I'm all about controversy. Marilyn Manson, Antichrist Superstar. That is one of the best albums in the fucking world. I don't care what anybody says. Through and through, you listen to it, and it's just awesome. I love it.
You will find no argument from me. I love Marilyn Manson. I have since I'm 27 now, so 15. I've been banging his shit, and I love all his albums. Weirdly enough, and I feel like this is a more controversial statement than Antichrist Superstar, but for me, I think his magnum opus of an album was Eat Me, Drink Me. I was that album.
Yeah.
It's just so, because apparently, the rumor has it he recorded it on his floor, like laying on his back, and it's like, it just sounds so moody. It actually sounds depressing, but in a unique way?
Well, he was going through a lot of shit at that time, and it's all coming out now in all these fucking in all the allegations. And I'll tell you one better. I am a huge fan of Manson, and I recorded a song when I heard all this stuff. You know, in the 90s, he was the king of controversy and everybody was out to get him. And it seems like they're at him again. And my thing is this: everybody needs a devil. Everybody needs somebody to point at. So I wrote a song, and I do black and death metal. So you wouldn't picture me singing. Well, it turns out that I can sing. So I did this song in the vein of early Marilyn Manson. It's supposed to sound like Manson. I'm not Marilyn Manson, so it sounds like me with a twist of Manson, but you should check it out. The single's called Everybody Needs a Devil. After I release this album, I'm flirting with the idea of releasing another album called Career Suicide, and it's going to be about cancel culture and Marilyn Manson.
Nice. I'll definitely be listening to that. Oh, that's going to be sick. But yeah, no argument from me. Manson, one of the greatest performers, artists of this generation.
Absolutely.
That's just fact. And all right, so pretty much in the last leg, I just want to know: is there anyone or anything that you want to shout out or give thanks to? Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to give thanks to every single band on this label because they put their faith in me to do a job for them when no one else would give them the time of day. And at that time, when I started this label, no one was really giving me the time of day either. So here's what labels need to understand. Labels need to understand that they are nobody without their bands. A label is only as good as the bands on their label. Period. So huge shout out to the bands. Shout out to my wife who's put up with my crazy shit during this time. Just shout out to everybody in music, dude. And Mr. Zach Moonshine. He works with actually he owns Metal Devastation Radio and Metal Devastation PR. He gave me a platform to stand on when no one else would. So, that's awesome.
Nice. Well, just to close things off, going into this interview, I was excited. Leaving this interview, I am more happy than I've ever been music-wise because I love metal, and you showed me the conviction and passion of someone who is definitely going to fulfill what you said you're going to do. And I can't wait to see your rise. I can't wait to see the band's rise. I can't wait to see all the stuff you're going to do. And trust me, I'll be making sure to review every step of the way. And if there's any songs that you want to send me or albums, I'll definitely prioritize them. And yeah, if you have anything, any bands that you want to throw my way on the group, feel free, and I'll make sure to review them as well.
I'm definitely going to send you my whole catalog. Be prepared. You're going to get flooded, man.
Trust me, that's what I want. So yeah, in closing, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed this interview. And make sure you keep posting with my group. I've got more stuff coming and more interviews coming.
Awesome. One last thing before you go.
Yeah, sure.
I sleep and breathe metal. That translates to eat, sleep, and breathe metal.
I definitely love it, and who knows, I might snippet that, turn it into a song or something, like a remix. All right, thank you so much, brother. Really enjoyed it.
All right,
it's all but metal. See you later, man.